What is so Christian about Christian witchcraft? I've said it before, this is a really good question. And after Mimi and I wrote Discovering Christian Witchcraft, there is so much I could tell you. There is so much that we learned. It revealed to us a Christianity that modern times has completely forgotten about. And so I could tell you all of these surface level things that make this Christian. You might see the work I do with demons and ask me what's so Christian about that. After all, they're demons. And I'd have to tell you about King Solomon, who used the power of demons to build an entire temple of God, who got a ring from the Archangel Michael to control said demons. You might ask me about tarot, saying doesn't the Bible explicitly condemn divination of all kinds? And then I'd have to tell you no, that there were God-ordained tools of divination, used both in Old and New Testament. You might see me do a lot of work through food, inviting all of these herbs and vegetables and fruits into my prayers. What's so Christian about that? But then I might have to tell you about Christian mystics like Saint Hildegard of Bingen, who knew that herbs and stones were God-given tools. I might also remind you of our ancestors who planted lavender in graveyards and knew that they prayed with us. And that's not even touching on all of the other Catholic Christian folk magic, centuries in the making. Church bells that grant wishes and street shrines to protect travelers. You might see my elaborate rituals and wonder what's Christian about that, even as I hold up the very prayers that make my spells. And I'd have to remind you yet again that Christian service is ritual. It's alchemy. Blood from wine, flesh from bread. And there's a lot of it. Now I could say all of this, but I don't think that's really what your question is. After all, you mentioned the Word of God, and can you find the Word of God in any one specific place? In churches and all their dogma and rules, all of their grand physicality. Can you find the Word of God in a book, in ink on paper? Is the Bible not literally what the Word of God is? And sure, you might ask yourself, how can the Bible not be at the center of any Christian's practice? But I'm here to tell you that the Word of God is not just a book. It is a person. A logos. In the Gospel of John, we see that it's actually Jesus being referred to as the Word of God. And in John 15, we see what that word says, what he commands of us. What he commands is that we love each other as he loved us, and that we love God as well. All the law hangs on those two principles. Love God and love one another, and that's what we Christian witches do. No matter what tools we use, or what items we have, what traditions we follow, what cultures we come from, no matter which building we assemble in with other people to practice those commandments. And it's funny, because I asked God what was Christian about this too, and he pulled this card. A card of harmful secrets, mental disconnect, doubt and illusion. And I understood. Every now and then, someone has to come to make the old seem new, to make people pay attention. And that is what Christian witchcraft does. We take the old, and we make it new. We uncover hidden truths and erase mental disconnect. We disrupt with truth, just as the Word of God once disrupted with truth. That is what is Christian about Christian witchcraft. So I hope this helps, and I hope this makes a little bit more sense about what we do.